I told him I had a plan. I'm gonna do this, this, and that. And I stuck to the plan. I said, I'm gonna see you last. I didn't lie. I just stuck to what I felt in my spirit and what to do, you know, and that's what I did.
And I think you're good at what you do, you know, that like, yeah, it's good. I like it.
I just, like I said, I seen him picking up steam. Like he was, you know, making noise. And I felt like he got to the point where like it's time to run it, you know? I feel like he's coming into his own. I am myself. And I felt like it was the perfect time.
But I always knew that.
Stronger than me? No, you weren't strong. You punched like a girl.
Two fighters step into one ring on September 12th in Las Vegas as Ryan Garcia faces Conor Benn in more than just a fight. It is a clash of styles and pride. The flashy American entertainer against the tough British competitor, and the whole boxing world is locked in. Before we look at every detail of this matchup, there is something important you need to know.
At least say it's going to be hard or easy. Sometimes I think fights are going to be hard and then it's over in like a second. Sometimes it's going to be easy work and it's actually harder than I thought. So we just won't know till we're in there.
Somehow I find the target every time. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Come on now. Come on now. You know how it is. Your city? Your city?
In my city.
You don't think I'm going to hit you with that lipstick?
No.
Many fighters like you. I thought that was strong.
Go for it.
Yeah, you go for it. You go for it. You go for it. You're the one that started that.
Go for it.
This fight nearly fell apart before it could begin. Both fighters have faced controversy, criticism, and pressure that would have ended many careers, but despite everything they are still here face to face, speaking with confidence, as if fear does not exist for either of them.
Is it happening?
Yes, sir. I announced it already. It's about to happen.
12th of September, you going to beat him?
Yes, sir.
Ryan Garcia did not reveal this news at a press event, and he did not quietly share it online late at night. Instead, he appeared on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and announced to a huge primetime audience who he will fight next. That shows the level of attention Garcia is getting right now. The fight will take place on September 12th in Las Vegas, and it will be his first defense of the WBC welterweight title, which is very important. This is not just a show fight, and it is not a quick money move. There is a real world title at stake, and Garcia personally picked Conor Benn as his opponent.
I'm told that September, the Mexican holiday in September, around about the 12th of September, Las Vegas the destination, as Ryan Garcia of Mexican heritage will be defending his WBC welterweight championship. And he was on the Jimmy Fallon show this week, which is massive over in the States. He made a big announcement because he says that he's going to be fighting a certain fella from the United Kingdom in the shape of Conor.
On the other side, Dana White had already taken action. Conor Benn agreed to a 5-fight deal with Zuffa Boxing, and when reporters asked Dana which opponent he wanted first, he gave a direct answer: Garcia. No delay, no second choices, just make that fight happen. That kind of clear decision from a promoter shows how big this matchup looks on paper. Both teams were on board, the fans were asking for it, and now it is finally real. Ryan Garcia is 26 years old and performing at a level only a few welterweights can reach. He has real speed, the kind that experienced fighters call dangerous, not just hype. His left hook is not something you can prepare for easily. It comes out of nowhere, lands sharp, and even fighters with far more experience than Conor Benn have been knocked out by it.
We signed a 1-fight deal with him, and now we just signed a 2.5-year, 5-fight deal with him to stay with Zuffa Boxing.
Ryan Garcia. And the potential for a fight against him is what everybody's been making noise about. What fight do you want? What have you told Dana White?
Whoever wants it can get it.
That's who you are. I have no doubt about it. But I asked a very direct question. This is first thing. He don't know me that well yet. Who do you want? Like, who's the guy?
Garcia.
Yeah, that's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear, Dana. That's what I was asking about. What about you, Dana?
I agree with everything he said. That's why I'm in the business right now, is to make the fights that people want to see. This sport is way more broken than I even thought it was. I've already done more fights this year, my first year, than all the promoters combined. Yeah. My job is to figure out how to pay him and pay me. You know, I got to make sure that we make enough money for everybody. His job is to be a badass.
I just want to give people value for money. I want people to want to tune into a Conor Benn fight. I pour my soul into my fights and I give them every shot.
But Ryan Garcia is also one of the most complex figures in boxing. He has faced public problems outside the ring that put his career under serious pressure. He has been doubted, counted out, and even dismissed by many, but still managed to come back and win a world title anyway. That kind of toughness cannot be faked, and it has turned him into a much more compelling fighter to follow compared to when he was only known as a knockout highlight machine.
Garcia. And the potential for a fight against him is what everybody's been making noise about as well. Where is your head in regards to that? What fight do you want? What have you told Dana White?
Listen,
What fight did you want?
We're going to try and make the WBC World title. You know, I'm mandatory for that shot. I worked hard to get to that shot. But ultimately, I'm not sure of options. You know, there's plenty of fighters calling me out. So We'll see what's there. Whatever fight the public want, they can get. I'm here because I want to make the biggest fights possible. I want to make the most memorable nights in boxing. You know, the ones where people go, "Cool, what a fight, what a night." Something to remember, history made, legacy made. That's why I'm here. So whoever wants it can get it.
That's who you are. I have no doubt about it. But I asked a very direct question. This is first thing. He don't know me that well yet. Who do you want? Like, who's the guy?
Garcia.
Yeah, that's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear, Dana. That's what I was asking.
Conor Benn is not someone who lacks belief. That is clear every time he speaks. He enters any room with full confidence that he belongs there. He talks about legacy in the same way experienced champions do. This confidence is not empty because his career has moved in a steady upward direction. Even when critics claimed he had reached his limit, he kept proving them wrong. He is the son of Nigel Benn, one of the most explosive British fighters of his era, and that name carries respect in boxing. But Conor has not lived off his father's name. He has created his own fan base, his own identity, and his own momentum in the sport.
Garcia against Conor Benn, arguably the biggest fight in boxing. I mean, we would take 15,000 to Las Vegas for that fight. Conor would sell out a stadium with Ryan. Ryan's a huge name. He's got to beat Barrios first. I believe he will. So that's a monster fight. But we got to worry about Conor Benn and Conor Benn only. And I'm not having him sitting around waiting. You know what he's like. He's back in the gym already. He's looking phenomenal. He's not going to want to wait till July, August to fight. We need to fight May, June at the absolute latest, if we're guaranteed that fight. If not, we'll go earlier.
Nigel Benn has never hidden his confidence in his son. When he was asked whether Conor should face Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney, he gave a straightforward answer that he trusts his son against whoever is put in front of him. That kind of belief from a father is strong and emotional, but boxing is not decided by feelings, and that is where the real debate begins.
When this interview goes out, Conor will have already fought, so assuming he does beat Regis Prograis tonight, do you want to see him in there with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney? Who do you want to see him in there?
Whoever they got lined up. I don't mind. I'm very confident my boys fighting all of them against Rowley, Garcia. So I'm just happy for him to fight any of them. I really do. And now that he's at his proper weight, you'll really see the best of Conor tonight.
The main concern that keeps coming up in expert talks about this fight is simple. Conor Benn has not fought at the full 147-pound welterweight limit in 4 years. His last bout with Regis Prograis was at a 150-pound catchweight, and even then people around the event said Benn looked drained during fight week. He still came in just under the limit, but that was not a full world title welterweight setting. Now in September he must hit 147 pounds to challenge for Ryan Garcia WBC title, and that kind of weight cut can change how a fighter performs once the lights come on. Ringside analysts have warned that if Benn struggles with the cut, then Garcia's power at welterweight, especially that left hook, becomes even more dangerous. As boxing journalist Gareth A. Davies put it, if Benn has trouble making weight, Garcia's strength at 147 could become a major problem.
Ryan Garcia is the favourite, and again, people say, you said blah blah blah. Yes, I did, because I wasn't going to go, this geezer we promote's got absolutely zero chance, was I? Conor Benn is a brilliant athlete, right? He's a brilliant trainer. I'll never take away his strengths. But from a boxing perspective, he's not, from a boxing perspective, at the levels of Brian Garcia. But he can still go in there and cause trouble against those fighters. And if he turns up on 100% on that day, can he beat him? Yeah, sure. But Brian Garcia is a great fighter. It will be a massive occasion. I'm not taking anything away from it. What I stand by is the fact that it's one of the biggest fights in the sport. Conor Benn against Ryan.
Eddie Hearn, who has previously promoted Conor Benn and understands him better than most people in boxing, was very straightforward about the situation. He said this could be one of the biggest fights in the sport when it comes to global attention and crossover appeal, but when asked to break down the boxing side of it, he gave a clear answer. In his view, Ryan Garcia is currently a more complete boxer than Benn. That kind of honest opinion from someone who has worked closely with Benn says a lot about how this matchup is viewed inside the sport.
Benn hasn't fought at 147 pounds flat for the last 4 years. His last fight was 150-pound catchweight against Regis Prograis. He hasn't hit 147 for 4 years. Still highly ranked with the WBC at 147, and now gets an opportunity, it seems, in September to be fighting for a world championship.
Yeah, and we have to comment on that performance as the chief support for Tyson Fury and Arslanbek Makhmudov at Tottenham, whatever it was, 6-7 weeks ago, because he looked very weight drained all week as well. And like I say, he made 150, and it was really hard work. I think came in just under 150 anyway, didn't he, on the day?
Yeah.
And Regis Prograis is a slippery, slick southpaw, at tail end of his career, on the way down at the moment. And even though Conor Benn won handily, It was over 10 rounds, I think, wasn't it, on
Yeah.
the night? He didn't struggle, but he didn't look full of vim and vigour. The tensile strength is there, but he didn't look like the wrecking ball that fought at middleweight against Chris Eubank Jr. in the second fight.
Listen to Paulie Malignaggi had some things to say about the fight and Conor Benn. Listen to him.
Paulie, did you catch the Conor Benn fight? Did you catch the co-main event?
I did. You know what, guys? I'm done. I'm done with it. This guy's horrible. This guy's terrible. I don't mind watching Conor Benn. Like I don't mind him getting the fanfare. He's an okay fighter. Just don't start mentioning him at world-class level. Then you start crossing the line. Because he's not your Jake Paul either. So it's not like I'm throwing him all the way on the other side. I'm not doing that. I'm being a very honest person here. He's an okay fighter. Okay, but don't start mentioning him with these world-class situations and world-class fighters. He talks about Shakur Stevenson and all this other stuff. His name belongs nowhere near those guys, okay? For the fanfare, okay, I get it. People start talking about him. He's got a lot of popularity, and I understand that's going to happen. But don't start mentioning him boxing-wise with these guys. All of a sudden, right away, we start seeing tweets and Instagrams about this Shakur Stevenson fight and everybody. Shakur Stevenson would beat him with one hand. I would beat him right now.
Timothy Bradley, who is a former fighter and analyst, gave a very strong view on the fight after watching the Progrise bout. He was not impressed with Conor Benn's performance. His point was simple: Benn's team did make smart adjustments during the fight by targeting the body to slow Regis Progrise down. But the concern was that Progrise, who many believe is no longer in his prime, was still able to land clean punches on Conor Benn throughout the fight. Bradley felt that Benn has not yet taken enough damage or faced enough top-level pressure at this stage of his career, and that is what makes this matchup so interesting.
He's got star character and star qualities. If he's going to make 147, if he's good at the weight, it'll be a good fight. If he has really struggled at the weight, he's going to struggle against Garcia, who is a massive puncher at welterweight with both left and right hooks, notably that left hook. It's a dangerous fight for him. I think it'll deliver all the way to the fight, but I'm afraid I think he'll get knocked out by Ryan Garcia, unless he knocks Garcia out himself. I want to see Devin Haney in with Ryan Garcia as well in the rematch. That's a massive fight. But Conor Benn, I've said this before and I will say it again, could end up with 50, 60, 70 million in the bank and never win a world title. And that's an extraordinary thing to say, but it will make him a very successful boxer in this period.
If you're Conor now, is that the fight that you go after and you take next?
Yeah, because it's so big. It's a really big...
At 147?
Yes. Go and take it. Go and have a go.
Paulie Malignaggi took things even further in a video that spread quickly through boxing circles. He drew a clear line between Conor Benn's popularity and his actual boxing level. He said Benn is exciting to watch and fans enjoy his fights, and that the attention he gets makes sense, but he was firm in saying that Benn should not yet be considered world-class. In his opinion, the reputation and fan support have grown faster than the quality of his resume, and he made it clear he was not willing to overlook that gap.
You know, you can look him up on BoxRec. He got 5 stars next to his damn name, like he's done something. You know, and he ain't done shit. You know, it's in the fight with Regis Prograis. You can see, you know, Regis was one of those guys that started late as well, but you can see the experience of Regis, you know, start to show through. Now, you know, Conor Benn and his team, you know, made the adjustment and went down to the body of Regis and started to slow down and kind of take the fight out of Regis. However, Regis was in the fight. You know, he was catching Conor Benn with some shit, you know, and it's just the inexperience and, you know, the low IQ of Conor Benn and not having enough experience to be at that elite level.
Now, before giving Ryan Garcia the clear advantage on paper, it is important to give Conor Benn his credit. Every expert who leans toward Garcia still agrees on the same points. Benn is powerful, he does not stop fighting, and his constant pressure is hard to deal with. Greg Hackett, a boxing trainer and analyst, has said that Benn brings a very high level of intensity, even if his defense and ring intelligence are not at the same level. And in boxing, a fighter who has one real dangerous weapon and keeps using it for the full fight is never someone you can fully ignore.
Because he has some pop, he had some pop. You know, ever since, you know, he stopped drinking that baby milk, whatever that was, he took fertility, whatever. You know, then they say there's something about some contaminated eggs or some shit like that, whatever the hell that is, you know. I mean, that makes sense now to me. You know why he's taking that shit. You know, they say, well, he didn't mean to take it and all this shit. Get the hell out of here with that. You know, he was suspended for some years, I believe. But you correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know, it was more mainly like because he don't believe in himself. You know, anytime he steps up in a fight, you know, the dude is scared. He's scared to death. You know, I'm pretty sure he was scared in this fight. You know, because not only did he have to come down in weight, you know, and cut muscle. Yeah, he had to cut through muscle.
Frank Smith, who has worked closely with Conor Benn, said this fight carries deep personal meaning for him. The WBC world title has always been the goal, and every training camp sacrifice and step in his career has led to a night like September 12th. That level of motivation does not promise victory, but it does mean the Conor Benn who enters the ring in Las Vegas will likely be the strongest and most prepared version of himself so far.
Back and forth. Like, I'm gonna knock you out, and Conor responds that Tank made you quit. Rolly Cat and Luke Campbell dropped you. What you think of that fight if it happens next?
I think it's a great fight. But I think if Ryan go out there looking like anything like his last fight, I think he'll stop Conor Benn. I don't think Conor Benn is defensive enough. I like his intensity level, but his defense don't really have no defense. And Ryan speed gives anybody problems. And then he can punch too. So I think Ryan will stop Conor Benn on some real shit. I think all the 47 pounders will stop him. I think Brian Norman Jr. would stop him. I think Devin Haney would stop him. Whoever had 47, top echelon, I think they'll stop him.
Is it the weight? Because he looked good against Eubank.
Yeah, I think it could be the weight, but also I think it's just his style. His style is not really that complicated. It's a simple style, and the things he do is simple. He jump in, jump out. You know what I mean? Jump in, jump out. It's like fighting a strong amateur. It's just like being in there with a strong amateur.
There is a version of this story that feels bittersweet for Conor Benn. No matter what happens in September, Gareth A. Davies made a bold point that Benn could end his career earning 50, 60, or even 70 million pounds without ever becoming a world champion. That is not meant as criticism, but as a reflection of how valuable Benn has become in boxing outside the ring. His name attracts attention more than his rankings suggest. He sells tickets, he draws viewers, and he keeps people talking. That means a lot. To Conor Benn, who has spent years being told he is not skilled enough or not ready, and it also matters to boxing itself, which often needs big events between fighters whose names connect with fans beyond just the hardcore audience. Gareth A. Davies.
How did it feel following Conor being in there? People have asked me that. I didn't really feel any emotion, if I'm honest. Like, look, I didn't want him to look that bad, honestly. Like, I'm not watching him going, oh, I hope he looks terrible. I want him to look well. I was a bit frustrated watching because I think he can be much better than that. I also think that down at that weight, I just don't think he's got it in his head that he can make 47 and he can and he can make 47. I don't think he's the same fighter when he's making 47, personally. But listen, he's had it off. I mean, fuck me. People are criticising him. Oh, he couldn't win a British title. He's not the best fighter in N6. Look at what he's done. I mean, I would like to say that how I got him in that position was one of the greatest bits of work by any promoter ever to grace the work. By the way, he put the work in. I will always say Conor Benn works very hard. But me, on my tombstone, just right on the thing, I want to say, great guy, loving father, and what a job you did with Conor Benn. That will go down in history.
Ryan Garcia entered fight week saying he had a clear plan and followed what he believed in. He did not avoid the biggest challenge available. Instead, he announced the fight on national television and made it clear he was ready. Conor Benn on his side carried the same fearless presence he is known for, just like his father did in the 1990s. He is chasing legacy-defining moments and fights that people will never forget. On September 12th in Las Vegas, there will be one belt, two different journeys, and one final outcome. The real question is not whether the fight will be exciting, because it will be. The question is whether Benn can successfully make 147 pounds, step into the ring at his best, and achieve something that most experts currently do not believe is possible.